Hi, I'm Kirsty Muir. I'm a freestyle skier representing Team GB and I'm going to my first Olympics.
I'm Dave Ryding, representing alpine skiing for Team GB, and I will be competing at my 4th Winter Olympic Games.
Hello there. First things first, Dave, congratulations on your win last weekend. That's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, thank you. It was a crazy day, that's for sure.
You've been getting a bit closer and a bit closer, and so it was just fantastic that it all came together last weekend. I think that's the first time I think we've actually managed to win a slalom World Cup, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, first Alpine World Cup victory. So yeah, proud moment. And hopefully it doesn't take me another 97 attempts or someone else 97 attempts. So.
Kirsty, I ought to congratulate you as well, because you haven't been doing this for very long either, have you?
No, I've just been on the World Cup circuit for 2 years.
So are you looking forward to Beijing?
Yeah, definitely. And I think a lot more people, watch the Olympics, so it's a bigger stage to kind of be skiing on, sort of.
And Dave, you've been to a couple of these before, so
yeah, I've been around a few, clinging on for another one. What I would say is that Britain takes note of the Olympics. Britain is very proud of Team GB, and I think a lot came from London 2012. And one thing that's good for us is, for instance, I wouldn't see Kirsty in my normal season, but when we go to the Olympics, we really go as the one team, which is the motto, and that's the vibe you feel, and everyone's there together for Team GB.
It's a very good point. Yes. Yeah. The difference is that the World Cup is much more a sort of individual event, whereas the Olympics is much more of a team. I mean, you're still competing as an individual, but it's much more of a team event, a team feel.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You're there. We're in China. It's a long way away, so we're there together. And if someone's down, you pick them up, and if someone's on a high, you jump on board and live the dream with them. It's really great.
I mean, just as a bit of background, I mean, how did you get involved in skiing and snow sports generally? Because I mean, Kirsty, I'm guessing Aberdeen, I suppose, a bit closer to some mountains at least. But how did you get involved?
Well, I was 3 when I started skiing, and it was to go to the Scottish mountains with my family, because the Lecht is just 1 hour away from me. So yeah, I started to go to the Scottish mountains, and then I started freestyle at the dry slope here in Aberdeen. That's how I started getting into freestyle, because on the Saturday Kids Club, we went to the jumps at the end of the session, and they saw how much I enjoyed it and suggested I go start freestyle.
Fantastic. Dave, what about you? I mean, Lancashire's a bit further away from the mountains.
Yeah, I started on a dry slope. It was about 45 minutes from my house on Pendle Hill near Clitheroe, just outside Blackburn. And some reason I loved it, skiing on the plastic bristles. I thought I was awesome at freestyle because I did a 360 when I was about 15. So yeah, Kirsty's 17 and she can do all these weird, wonderful tricks that I could only dream of, and I get dizzy trying a backflip. So yeah, I knew it wasn't for me. So I stuck to the slalom and hitting red and blue sticks on twice a week at Pendle, and somehow got to where I am now.
Fantastic. No, it's great. I mean, a very, very long time ago in ancient history, I went to school in Scotland. So we used to go on we were let out to go skiing on Aviemore. And I mean, without a doubt, the coldest, most miserable experiences I can ever possibly remember. Just as a matter of interest, out of all the events, are there any particular events that you think that people should look out for?
Well, I think definitely, I mean, the curling team, I'm really excited myself to watch the curling as well, because we've got some, amazing teams, and they've been doing really well recently. I'm also really excited to watch the ice skating, because I feel like I really like the elegancy and the flow of it, and then definitely Dave when they're racing.
What about yourself, Dave? What do you reckon?
I in the village where we stay, we have you normally get a television and you get a live stream to all the events. So I find myself spending way too much time flicking through way too many sports. I love the speed skating, the short track, because it's thrills and spills and literally anything can happen.
That speed skating is that's an extraordinary sport, that one. But there we go. Very, very punishing. I was just wondering, in terms of your particular sports, Where has your sport really sort of advanced over the last sort of few years?
There's a lot of girls doing the doubles now, and that's a really big sort of progression since the last Olympics. I managed to do one of my doubles last year, and that's sort of the big things that you need in your run.
Has that been enabled because the equipment has got better, the way that the slope is prepared? I mean, the pipe is prepared, or is it just basically down to sheer blooming guts and nerve and launching yourself higher and higher into the air?
Yeah, so the facilities have definitely improved. We've got airbags, so it's just like a jump and then the landing is a bag of air, and it's a lot safer to land on. So that's definitely helped with progression in our sport, but also there's just a few girls that are really pushing the sport, which is kind of helping to then push other girls to do it as well, you know?
What's making it so competitive, in my opinion, is that I'm 35 and I just won my first race. The guy in second is 21. So the athletes are going longer, I think, because of sports science and things like that. People are able to stay in shape longer. And hopefully I don't look 35. My hairline does. If you want to stay in the top 15, 10 or go for a podium, you have to push your limits. And yeah, it's not as easy at my old age because you don't like pushing limits, but yeah, you have to go for it.
Thank you so much for sparing the time today, and I wish you and the rest of the team the very best of luck.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.